Okay, so today we're going to be cleaning the tank and showing you how to do that. To get started, some of the things I do before I begin, just take everything off if you have anything on the top, like my fish food and the glass covers. If you can clean those off every time you clean out your tank, that will help them from smelling and building up mold and all sorts of yucky stuff. So clean those off. And then the next thing I do is I turn off the power to everything in my tank before I start cleaning it. That way you don't have to worry about getting the water too low for the filter to be sucking up air and kind of burning that up. So just turn everything off. You got a power switch, just flip that off. The next thing I do is I always use some old towels to put down in front of the tank. And then I always have 2 buckets on hand in order to do the cleaning. So I start on one end of the tank and I clean all the way towards the other end. This is best done with 2 people. It's so much easier if one person can vacuum while the other person is emptying at least 1 bucket at a time and making sure that the hose stays in the bucket so that we don't get yucky water all over the carpet in the school. Okay, so remember, I have a much bigger tank than what you have at your schools. This is a 90 gallon, you guys have a 55 gallon. I have a lot more fish than you do, so I've been cleaning a couple more times a week than normal. Here's my siphon vacuum. Always wear a short sleeve on the day you have to clean your tank so you don't forget. I usually roll up my sleeve as well because my tank is really deep. The way to get this siphon vacuum started is to just submerge the whole thing into the water and allow all the water to go into the tubes and all the air to be pressed out. So I just kind of move it around until I see all those air bubbles out of there. Then I take my thumb on the end that's going to go into the bucket while I'm holding on to the vacuum. And I get it in the right angle where I'm comfortable. And then I let go and start siphoning that water. Now the way you suck the yucky stuff out, if you can zoom in real close, I'm just going to take this siphon tube and I'm going to slowly move through these rocks. And you notice I'm getting a column of yucky stuff underneath those rocks with each pass. Try to get all the way down to the glass at the bottom. I kind of move in little circles. But go slow enough that you're sucking up all that good stuff. Remember, as you're feeding them more, as they get bigger, they are making the water much dirtier. So you may have to clean more frequently. Again, remember, it's easiest done with 2 people so that somebody else can be monitoring this bucket that I'm dumping into while I'm just worried about cleaning the tank. You see all that nasty stuff going up my tube? A thin layer of rocks at the bottom also is helpful. If you've got too many rocks, it's going to hide more of that stuff. And it's going to be harder to clean. Okay, so my bucket's full. I'm going to switch into the next bucket. I've been doing this for years, so it's kind of easy for me to do. So if you're brand new and just learning, definitely do this with 2 people. The person whose arm is in the tank, the water's really cold. But you know what I've learned is it's easier if that person can just keep their arm in the water as long as possible and get the whole tank cleaned rather than have to take their arm in and out. It's less painful going in and out. Or it's less painful if you can keep it in there than going in and out. Okay, so now I'm done cleaning the bottom of the tank. I need to put new water back into my tank, so I'm going to use the stress coat with every bucket that I put in. And I've turned everything back on. Don't forget to turn everything back on, okay? I've just had a couple of schools that forget to do that, and it's catastrophic. So last thing you do, make sure that you turn everything back on, put your clean tops back, and feed the fish one more time because they're probably hungry.